matter what your plight is, God is keenly aware of what's happening in your life. Regardless of your level of frustration, fatigue, our faith must propel us to a place that we are convinced that we are on God's radar. That whatever is happening in your life, it is so important to know that God has you under divine supervision. And there are many of us who've allowed ourselves to become codependent on people to push us to places where we're waiting on something to happen. And the question is, why is this man there for 38 years and nothing ever happens for him? That's the question some of you brought here today. Well, Lord, why would you let me stay in my mess so long? Can I tell you why? Maybe God's trying to give you some experiences. This man was put in a position where he had to watch other people get their breakthrough just to see how he was going to respond to it. And there are many of us, I know you're not a hater, but every now and then you got just a little lump in your throat. I know you're not a legitimate hater, but every now and then you got a in your spirit when you watching other folk get theirs and you wonder, when is my time gonna come? I know you don't want to tell nobody, but I know I'm talking to some hater lights up in here. Yeah, you ain't no real authentic hater, you just a hater light. It's just like, all right, God, I done shouted for enough people, I done gave you glory, for now when is my time gonna come? But sometimes God says, I want to see, can you continue to give me glory for what I'm doing in somebody else's life, even if it ain't happening for you? Can you still give me praise for what's happening in your brother and sister life, even if it's not manifested in yours? So these gentlemen are going to help me illustrate to you what it must have been like for that man at the pool. You know, when you think about the pool down there and you begin to think about being way back here, you begin to think, am I ever going to get my turn? There were times the water was trouble, and he never even saw the water trouble because nobody was caring about him enough to even move out the way. Chivalry is dead. Kindness has gone on vacation. I'm trying to cut deals. Maybe I can get in front of you this time, this year. You know, I've been around, but nobody's paying me no attention because everybody's out for themselves. I'm trying to see around people. I'm trying to work deals, pass out my card, trying to get favor. I'm trying to work a system. Maybe if I kiss them behind, maybe if I do a song and dance, maybe somebody will let me bump up. You know, maybe if I wear something they like, maybe they'll give me a little favor. But nobody paying me no attention because everybody trying to get a breakthrough. But look at your neighbor and tell them you're next in line. Now, I know that doesn't make sense for me to say something like that to you standing at the end of the line. No, because what you're doing, you're looking at the system and you're saying, now, Bishop, that's exactly how I feel. You come here filling my head with hope, telling me I'm next in line, but you don't know the stuff I got to deal with, the stuff I got to fight through. But tell your neighbor, I told you you're next in line. Now you got to look at this. Verse 3 says there was a multitude of people who were there. Here they are. Multitude of people by the pool called Bethesda. There they are. They're in my way. And the Bible says in verse 4, the Bible says, but then an angel comes down at a certain season. Whoever gets in there gets their breakthrough. It ain't never happening for me. So in verse 5, the Bible even declares, here I am, a certain man. How long I've been here? 38 years. But watch verse 6. The Bible says this, but Jesus saw him lie there. In other words, Jesus knew exactly where I was. Look at your neighbor, tell him one more time, I'm telling you, you're next in line. Jesus saw me. So therefore Jesus came where I was and had a conversation with me and asked me a question. Do I want to be made whole? So what Jesus is saying, either you're going to focus on the pool or you're going to turn around. Now that you turn around and pay attention to me, the last shall be first and the first shall be last.
To view this message in its entirety, please log on to www.mountzionanywhere.org.